It's time to cook with the quarantine chef. Gonna make some good rice. So I'm experimenting with the rice today. Before I left for church this morning, I put some turkey necks in my slow cooker, and so those have been cooking for 4 hours. I'm gonna use the broth from that in my rice to give it more flavor. So let's see how it turns out. Turn this fire on, turn the heat on, bring this to a boil, and let it cook for 20 minutes. I'm going to take the turkey necks out and see how they look and if I need to tear them apart. So actually what I think I'm going to do is take one of them, a smaller one, and put in the rice. I'm actually going to put these back into the broth, keep them in there, and then I'm going to Google and see what else I can do with them. I thought about doing some vegetables. I'm not a big fan of turnips, collards, kale, any of those kind of cooked greens, but summer of experimenting, so I did say I was going to try to cook some greens, and I think I can use these with the greens, so we'll see. But I don't have any, so I do my grocery pickup today, and yeah, anyway, so I may do some greens tomorrow. We'll see. I have some chicken here, some chicken wings that I'm going to season and then fry. So add some flour. Adding some random seasoning, of course some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder, some Cajun seasoning, some onion powder, and just a little bit of cayenne pepper. So now I'm going to close this up. And give it a good shake. Macaroni is probably a food that I can eat every day. And I think I've cooked macaroni probably, I don't know how many times, like 4 or 5 times since March. And that's uncommon because before March, I had only tried macaroni one time. I'm still trying to find the perfect recipe. I've had some really good recipes. Actually, all of the recipes that I made so far have been pretty good. But I still haven't found the perfect one yet, so I'm still working on it. I'm going to use a smaller pot, and hopefully this helps me make a smaller batch. I'm only going to do it in this little small tin. So anyway, we'll see how this turns out. Added salt to the water, and now I'm going to wait on this to boil. To make this cheese sauce, I'm going to start with butter and melt this down. All right, to the butter, I'm going to add in some flour. I don't know how much, so I'll just add in this and stir this around until it gets kind of brown. Some milk. So I add it all. I'm gonna add just a tad of heavy cream because I've learned everything is better with heavy cream. All sauces, that is. I saw in somebody's video that they added sour cream, so I'm gonna try that for this one and see what impact it has on the taste. I'm gonna add in my cheeses. I have mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar. So this looks good. And it tastes good too, so I think this might be the one, guys. Looking good. Gonna give this a stir and then just let it sit until everything else is done. So the noodles, I've drained them and returned them to the pot. Now I'm gonna add the sauce and mix this together. I think I need some more noodles. I'm going to boil some more noodles and add to this. I have melted butter in the bottom of my pans. Now I'm just going to pour the macaroni in. Got to get some cheese to sprinkle on top and then put them in the oven. Difference, instead of using the block cheese that I shred myself, I used all pre-shredded cheese for this one. just for time's sake, really. Alright, so now these are ready for the oven. I'm going to throw them in for 20-30 minutes. We'll see. I'll check it after 20 minutes and see if it's ready. And if not, I'll let it go longer. If so, I'm going to eat it. So the last thing to cook is the chicken. I'll lay these in there. So this is like my only like my third time frying chicken, so I'm still learning to know when to flip and everything, but it looks like it's almost done. Let these cook just a little while longer and then I'll be finished. I think we're done. I'll take these out and lay on some paper towel. Nice color. Looks good. The little bubbles always get me excited. A little hot sauce. And I like to dip my chicken, so I'm going to put some hot sauce in a little ramekin.